Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome
Yes.
back to Reality Check Podcast. My name is Diana.
And my name is Mare.
And welcome to Reality Check Podcast, where tea is served and checks are dispersed.
And we are about to disperse a whole number of checks today. Because that reunion episode, part 1 for Potomac, my God. My God today, as Candace would say, my God today.
I know. We actually just got done watching the RHOP, Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 1. Quite literally just got done watching it. Marilyn and I have not even talked because we just want to provide our raw thoughts on what we just observed.
Child, Jesus. Oh my Lord.
So let's dive in. We hope that everybody that's listening, we really hope that you are doing well. We hope this meets you well. And if not, we are sending prayers and positivity your way and just hope that your day is going well, your night is going well, and just wishing you all good things.
Yes. You know, as you're saying that, I was praying before this episode thing, and I was like, wow, like our greetings every time to each other is good. Like it always starts with good. Like nobody, we don't wish bad on people. You wake up and you say good morning. You wake up and you go your day, you say good afternoon. You say good evening. How beautiful is that? Like what a blessing like that is truly too.
And I really think it's a form of appreciation as well for even if things are not going well, because things sometimes will not go well, but just the appreciation that things can go well, and there is some beauty in even in the struggle. So we wish you good, and we do hope that as you are listening to this, that this meets you well.
Amen.
Yes. All right.
Woo-hoo. Don't take me to church today.
It is actually, it's a Sunday that we're filming this, so both of us are charged up.
Jesus.
All right. So we just watched the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, and boy, was it.
Yeah, it was something. I'm just going to say this. Every single time that Gizelle opened her mouth, I said, why are you talking? Every single time that I heard Robin open her mouth and talk about or asking Ashley, so what's going on? I say, well, mind your own business about your own marriage. Okay. Why are you talking? You know, keep your mouth shut because this is none of your business. That's exactly how I felt.
Sip my tea.
I was like, why are these two people talking? Like they are the last people on this God-given earth to even talk about what's going on in somebody else's marriage or somebody else's pockets, especially when Robin started talking about how Ashley, as I am so baffled at her. I want to be nice.
So let's, how about this? Let's go by each cast member that was covered today, because the structure of the reunions are so that each cast member, Andy will question them on their story, I guess, or their storyline for the season. And then we'll bring in questions from the audience that more or less contradicts their story.
My God.
So let's chat with each cast member. And I also want to note that as we speak right now, Chris Bassett is live.
He is?
He is.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, where is he? Live on Instagram?
He's live on Instagram right now, but let's just go ahead and continue. So let me just start by saying the producers, the editors of Real Housewives of Potomac did not come to play with Robin this season.
No, they did not. No, they did not. I mean, you can imagine how pissed off that you would be as a producer for you not to get that type of story from somebody who, for the whole entire season, manifested something that was so ridiculous, put attention on other people. The reason that she came to play, the reason that she was so, like, what did Karen call it? Karen called it like, oh, she is, oh my God, what was the word that she used? But anyway, like, you know, the antics that we saw this season from this woman, also that she can mask what was going on in her actual life. Let me find out the salary that Bravo pays her, because for them to be paying you whatever amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars for you to only film for 16, 17 episodes. What is that? A month's worth of work, maybe 2 months, who knows? And you are going to withhold your story, but instead you're going to shine a light on other people and what's going on in their lives and try to make them out to seem like they're crazy? Are you kidding me? Yes, if I was a producer, I would be livid, and I'm going to give it to you the way that you deserve for it to be given, because how dare you? You played every single one of them for a fool. And Gizelle is not clean in this either, because she knew the whole entire time. Let's just get that straight. That if you want to get at something, get at that.
No, no. I will say that in this moment, I delivered the tea. Marilyn is dispersing the check. This is how you disperse the check left and right. Okay.
I can't with these women. I can't with these people.
It honestly, and I honestly do want to save a lot of my reactions for Robin because I think her time is coming in part 2, 3, and whatever. Yeah. They're going to show the unseen footage, whatever. But yeah, Robin, I will say from what we saw this this episode really, really disappointed me. And I have some notes on her in a second, because to be very honest with you, we actually did not hear much from Robin this episode. And I will
wonder why.
I will tell you why once we get there. So let's start with Ashley. With Ashley, we start with Ashley's story. I know there's really not much to Ashley's story other than she is getting divorced from Michael, or I guess she's filing for divorce this month, which is interesting because I think we would have seen an official divorce filing, and it is now the 19th of February.
There's only
February
9 more days
is the
left.
Shortest month in the year.
Mm-hmm.
You have not filed yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We know that they start filming in March.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if we know Ashley and her calculated self, beautiful. She will actually file either right before March starts, or in March when they have started filming, in order for for her to have her storyline for this season. Great, awesome. I was not surprised to know. Actually, I think I was a little bit surprised to know that Ashley is not getting anything from her divorce, no alimony or anything, and that is due to her prenup. I think the reason why I was surprised is because Ashley I have seen her to be, and I have grown to know her on the show. I don't know her personally, y'all. I've grown to know her to be a very calculated and contrived person. So I think it's very interesting that in that calculated nature that she didn't take a second look at her prenup and ensure that there was something in the prenup that ensured her a great deal or a benefit for her and her children. Yeah.
No, I concur with you on that. I remember in past seasons, remember when she was pregnant with the second child, I think I had made comments to you and said oh no, that girl knows what she's doing.
She does,
she's trying to lock it in. If you are a person who's going to marry somebody that old, and you're going to marry somebody who is that wealthy, and you are that young, you're telling me that you're not thinking about the financial benefit that has. And so for her to actually leave this marriage with nothing, that speaks more to what is going on up here than anything. I was absolutely shocked that she has absolutely nothing. And you know what? We know Michael ain't no fool. He's a businessman.
He is.
And so good on him. Terrible on her. But I know Michael will take care of the kids, but he is not going to take care of Ashley.
Whatever was made during that marriage is due onto her, because they are one as they get married.
What did she say about so she's not getting alimony?
She's not getting alimony because the stipulations in their prenup were so that whatever money that was made, apparently, allegedly, learn that word. No, whatever money that was made during their marriage, apparently or allegedly, was Michael used the money that he made before the marriage to invest in businesses, projects, whatever, and that brought him a return during the marriage. So because the principal investment was not made during the marriage, that is the reason why Ashley does not have any rights or ownership over what was made during the marriage.
That is
so it's pretty much an issue of timeline essentially.
Yeah.
But I find it very hard to believe that this man, because what she is essentially implying is that for, I don't know how long they were married, 8 years, 9 years, that for 9 years that he didn't make any money in that marriage. I do not believe that. And she needs to, like Karen said, you need to dig a little bit deeper.
Didn't they have a restaurant together in the times they were
that
married?
Failed? That but failed. I doubt that. I don't think that
they didn't make anything.
I don't think it made anything. I think, if I remember correctly, I'll have to, like, maybe the Bravo holics can actually like dig some research back into season 3 or whatever that was. If I remember correctly, like, they were just trying to like break even. I think the deal was, you break even, we can have a kid.
That's why she had that kid. Allegedly.
Allegedly. So yeah, so that's the situation with her. That's why I'm so shocked, because Ashley is so incredibly, she comes off as so calculated,
and she's not.
She is.
No, she is. You know, I mean, she just comes to stir up drama. She's the messy boots of them all. But
yeah.
She, you know, sometimes like you can be calculated with a group of people that are not as calculative as you. Yeah. But when you meet your match, you can't. Like, her match is her husband. And that man, I mean, that man is not that old and did not have all those businesses and everything like that for so many decades and years for him not to know what to do with a piece of paper, baby. Oh, he knew. Oh, come on now. I mean, I that was the most shocking part for me about her, that she leaves with nothing. That is shocking.
That was pretty shocking, especially because that's actually not what she fed us all of these seasons.
Not at all.
She's been on, like, she has made it seem as though once she gets past a certain, I think it was the 5-year mark or something like that, that she will get a lump sum,
exactly,
or something of that nature.
But it seems like she just didn't know what was going on in the paperwork.
I don't think she did. I think she just, I don't know.
But I mean, it shows the naivete in her, and also in what Candace had said is like, you maligned me. Listen, for anybody out there who comes from a family that is able to take care of you, good on you. Live it up, right? But you maligned me for living in a home that my mother was able to purchase for me. And here you are going about saying that you've never owned anything on your own. You don't even know how to pay your own mortgage and all of those things. Look at that. Look at how the tables have turned, right?
Right.
Like, and that's why I absolutely loved Candace's comment concerning like the generational wealth that has been bestowed upon me. I almost fell on the floor because I was like, that's right. She is absolutely right. The generational wealth that has been bestowed upon me. Yeah. And you guys were getting on me for telling me that I have not grown up yet because I don't own my own home.
Yeah.
And here you are, not even able to read between the lines. That is wild.
So I also do want to point out that Ashley is doing the classic housewife thing. And when Candiace confronted her with this contradiction, she was not able to hold herself accountable. And all she did was just throw it right back at her.
You know what?
Let us know. Give us the tea or the check. Are you checking us today?
Candace, Candace is a learned woman. Do you understand? So she has a level of understanding, a level of use with words, context, complexity in her mind that she's able to just, and even the way she talks, she doesn't speak like in layman's terms for what she had to say to Ashley, right? It was compounded with so much nuance in what she had said, and also compounded with all of the assaults that they have hurled at her, that Candace's brain and mouth is not, Ashley can't match that. That's why Ashley can't say anything back. It's like what she said basically kind of went over Ashley's head a little bit. right? Because where can Ashley make that connection? Or if she did make that connection, what she's going to do is say like, well, you're a mean person and I hate you. And I'm not going to respond to you because it seems like you're still not over this, Candiace. Like, what?
I don't think that that's the case. I think that Candiace, one, yes, there was a lot of nuance to what she had said. And I think that Candiace also is very, very good at wielding her words.
Yeah.
I do not think that Ashley's response was because she did not understand the complexity. I think that Ashley understood it so much that she did not have a response. She did not have a response, and she did not have a way to hold herself accountable in that moment. So the go-to housewife thing is to do not hold yourself accountable and actually try to make the other housewife somehow antagonize and provoke the other housewife and point out, try to find a contradiction or in their words, which is why you hear Ashley saying, oh, well, you're a liar or whatever she said. I know whatever she said to Candiace.
Like, you're not over it. You seemingly not over it.
That's what it is.
Shut up. Like, get out of here. She is over it.
Yeah. So I actually don't think that it's because I actually do believe that Ashley, I do think that she is smart. She comes from the same pageant world that Candiace is, so she knows how to wield her words. Yeah, but she's only won
one pageant. Candiace has won 5.
Either way, she knows how to. She knows how to. Ashley is good at manipulation, and she knows how to.
I think we're giving her way too much credit than what's due.
No problem.
Please.
Either way, she knows how to navigate and maneuver her way in sticky circumstances, and that was her way of maneuvering in a sticky circumstance. And we always catch Ashley. We know her number. We have her number. We got your number, Ashley. And we were able to see that.
She's too messy for me.
She is. She's very messy. Disgusting. But she loves it. She enjoys it because that's what earns her check.
Yep. Let's move
Moving on.
Oh, thank you, God. Girl. Mia. Okay. So I'm going to ask you this question. Tell me what you thought about Mia's conversations regarding her health and regarding her CEO status and regarding anything that she would do differently this season. Please go ahead, Diana.
Okay, I'm going to start with saying
Jesus. I need to stop saying the Lord's name in vain because Lord have mercy. I am
No. It's not in vain. It's not in vain. Call upon him because Mia needs the Lord. We are calling upon him to somehow put him in her life because she needs him for real. Mia is a she.
What were you gonna say? I want to know what you're gonna say.
I'm trying not to say that she is, but she presents as a struggle. Yeah, no, she really, really does. She presents as a struggle. Mia is a lot. She is a lot of things, and it is very difficult for me to watch her on television because I cringe. She is very cringy for me to watch.
My God.
She's very cringy. She does not know how to communicate. She has a huge communication problem. She has a very big control problem. Control in a way that I don't even think that like anyone watching will understand unless they really pay attention to her. Like everything about her is control. She wants to control her own story. Of course, people should control their own narrative, but the way she doesn't even realize that she's doing it so much that she is demonizing other cast members for the very thing that she is and she is doing. She is a living and walking contradiction, living and walking hypocrite. And it is disgusting to watch. And the lack of ownership, people believe, and it bothers me because I see this on comments under posts. People believe that because Mia shares everything under the sun about her sexual escapades, that is the reason why she is so open. But in the same breath, they will call her a liar. So something's not making sense here. She is a liar. Mia lies. Mia does not make any sense. How in the world do you present to have all this business acumen, but for whatever reason, you cannot simply explain the structure of your board? We're not even asking you to explain the structure of your business and the breakdown of your business. Just the board.
I was confused.
I did not understand. I'm like, ma'am, please help me make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because me, I live in the DMV. What if I want to go to a joint? I don't ever want to go to one of her businesses. Allegedly, I don't know what the source. Whatever. But like, it's her business. I don't really care about. But her health situation, that mess that she is, I think that she is just throwing out words that end in anoma, so that way everyone will shut up. And because people take cancer so seriously, they will not have they don't want to be viewed as evil, or just as someone that is somehow speaking out badly against cancer. So people are not going to say anything to her as long as she ends the word in anoma. She could be saying mouse and she'll say mouse anoma, and everyone will shut up. It's kind of a manipulative way to kind of control the situation and control the direction of the conversation, as long as she just says anoma. There was something that she said, and she does not know how to answer questions like straight at all. This bugs me to no end. Robin specifically asked her, how about something about like, how about the lumps in your butt or something like that. She said something. And it's a very clear, oh, I don't have them, or I do have them, or we're still looking at it. Very clear answer that she could have given. Mia's response was, and I quote, "There is tissues growing on my reproductive organs."
Sorry, I'm not thinking of the way you said it.
Did not walk away from that conversation having an understanding that Mia knew what she was talking about. I do think that Mia, in this case, knows that she is wrong, knows that she looks dumb, but she doesn't care. She's just running with it. Moving on.
And I just also want to say one thing, Mia. Don't you dare come for Mr. Eddie Osefo ever in your life. Like, the fact that she called him an opportunist, I said, excusez-moi? She said opportunist husband. I said, where are you getting all of that from? Where are you getting all that from? Wasn't it just like a minute ago you were on Watch What Happens Live and you wanted to sleep with him?
Listen, it's the housewife thing to do, and that's what she is trying. She's trying to tap into the housewife's handbook.
Get out of here.
And the housewife handbook is to throw anything that you possibly can that will stick. And that's what she's trying to do.
And everything is slipping on the floor. Yeah. Unfortunately for her.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. What a mess.
But one of the things that I noted about Mia, she is, I will say is, a misplaced person. So much so that in all aspects of her life, it seems that things are misplaced. She has all of this misplaced energy. She has all of this energy for Wendy. And I'm watching and observing her, and I'm really hoping that she will have this same energy for the other housewives when they come for her, which Gizelle did, but she didn't have the same energy for her. When Andy had called Wendy out about the whole Mia's health thing, and the hot mic situation, I was really hoping for Wendy to just be like, I was wrong and I was dumb about it, which like she did on Twitter, but she started saying all these things, and I'm like, Wendy, you're giving too many words. All these your words. Just say I was wrong. I beg, move on. I don't know what she was saying. I didn't really care for what she was saying, because at the end of the day, Wendy, you got caught in the hot mic moment. Yep. You owned it. Great. Don't try to clarify what you actually meant, because to be very honest with you, me that's a supporter of you, I don't care. Yeah. I don't. But either way, during that whole argument, Mia had so much energy for Wendy. She was ready to really come for Wendy. Yeah. And I found that to be very interesting. The aggression that she uses to really approach Wendy is very different than the lack of aggression that she uses to approach anybody else, even Candiace. Even Candiace. So it seems as though Mia is targeting Wendy, or sees Wendy as an easy target, which I found to be interesting.
Yeah, I think Wendy represents what Mia would want to be. All right. When I don't think so. I will never forget. I think so. Because the thing is this: when you are something, right? Let's say you're a CEO, Diana. You are not walking around and telling people, "I'm a CEO. I am a CEO. I'm a CEO. No.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm a Niger babe. I will, though. I'm going to be very honest with you.
You're not going to do that.
After working so hard. Anyways,
you're not going to do
Wendy
that.
is even humble. If I have my doctorate, you won't be calling me Diana. First of all, my name has changed to Doctor. That's my first name. I'll even legally change my first name to Doctor. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead. Yeah.
No, but you're not going to continue to proliferate this notion that you are bigger and better than what you actually are.
Right.
Because realistically and honestly, watch anyone, whether it's somebody who's wealthy, whether it's somebody who holds a very high position, whether it's somebody who has made a vast amount of money through businesses, they are not walking around saying that they are X, Y, and Z, right? They are busy doing their work and doing their business. But here Mia comes and continues to tout, I'm a CEO. I'm the only female CEO, a CEO who apparently has lost her business. How? And then also number two, when you look at Wendy doesn't necessarily have to say that she's a doctor. You see her.
Well,
she has said it, yes, because she has said it on the episodes, but she doesn't necessarily have to say it, right? Because she just is. I am Wendy, right? And that's it. Now, Mia has said, I really want to like Wendy. I really want to like her. She's accomplished so much. Mia's paying attention to all the things that Wendy has accomplished. She has paid attention to that. So whatever thing that she has against Wendy, it's because she wishes she could even have a small little bit amount of what Wendy has been able to accomplish on her own.
Okay. Okay. So here's, I think I disagree. And I disagree because I think that Mia does not like Wendy, not because, or likes her, whatever the case is, because of her accomplishments. I think that she dislikes her because, as we know, this season was manufactured by the housewives. And I think that she is doing, in the words of Candace, neck rolls dirty work. So she has found her target for the season. Everybody finds their target for the season. Her target this season was Wendy. So I believe that everything that she has for Wendy is because Wendy is the target, and she knows that because Robin and Gizelle do not like Wendy, that she will always have the backing of those two. And that's what she considers friendship. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think that's the reason why she does not like Wendy, not because of Wendy's accomplishments. Because Mia, to me, seems like a very incredibly self-obsessed, egomaniacal, egocentric person to me, that I don't even think that she recognizes Wendy's accomplishments. I think she's just saying that for TV. I think that she is so self-absorbed that her thing is, who's my target going to be, and how am I going to rectify myself from the last season's stupidity that these women did to. That's what I truly see from her. That's what I get.
That's fair. And I think both things can stand together.
Fair.
I just really honestly think that she dislikes Wendy for even more than what you're saying, right? Wendy she and Candiace, for talk of what's going on this show in terms of like housewives, they have the most stable marriage situations occurring, right? They are also women who are doing for themselves, right? I will never forget that season where Mia walked into her joint chiropractic office and was moving things around and trying to and then we all could see as the audience, you have no idea what is happening. You are trying to feign as if you do.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's going on in this business or in this office. And she's trying to play us. But she's a CEO. She needs to go sit down.
She does.
I also want to say that shame on her for not taking any accountability when Andy asked her, is there anything that you would do differently this season? And she said no, that she's going to be her. And then that's where, remember last time we did this episode, I told you, I said I was really pissed off at that apology that I saw between her and Wendy during the season. This woman is an absolutely vile person who has no accountability for how she treated another human being. And that's why I told you, Wendy, if this ever seems to happen again, you better call the police.
Yeah.
Done.
Yep. Cannot disagree with you there. But anyways, in the same breath that Mia and her lack of energy for others, Gizelle, your friend,
was laughing at you and calling you an embezzler.
Beautiful. Not only laughing at you, but she quite literally. The game of Housewives is to throw a label out there or throw any type of accusation out there in the same sentence with your name, and that will stick. That is the thing that the audience will run with, and blah, blah, blah. So Gizelle knows and understands this game. So she knows that when she throws out the word embezzlement out there and puts that in the same sentence or in the same conversation as Mia's business, that's the implicit association that's going to be made, or excuse me, subconscious association that's going to be made with the audience. So it's quite disappointing and disheartening that Mia will accept the accusation. I also do not believe that Mia is smart.
She isn't.
I think that she is.
She's not.
Because I don't think that even registered to her. I think it will register to her as she sees it today. That's not going to register to her in that moment, which is why she was just sitting there like, whatever. Anyways, I'm done with Mia. One thing that I do want to say is Andy Cohen, your partiality is showing. You should cover it a little bit. Moving on. Moving on to Candiace. Candiace, I'm not a fan of yours. I think the reason why I can't say I will say that I'm a fan of yours maybe after like 2 more seasons of me supporting you. I can't just give away my fandom just as easily like that.
Come give it away. Give it away. Come to the bright side.
I really do like you this season. But I will say, Candiace, the way in which you...
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, like I'm shaking because I'm like thinking about it. Man, that woman.
It was satisfying. It was glorifying. It was beautiful to watch the way in which you handled Gizelle.
Till it was appropriate for her to earn her check. And now, because the question has been posed to the table, you all of a sudden want to slide in an apology? No, I'm not sliding it in. Please take the apology and shove it up your ass.
She was at a complete loss for words. When she said Gizelle, when she was trying to point out the contradiction, she simply said, "You are not smart."
That's
and
right.
Here's Gizelle. Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. She said, "You are not smart."
Oh my God.
The way that Candiace handled Gizelle is trying to tap into Housewives textbook while Candiace is dispersing. She's dispersing her checks.
Yep. All the way through.
And it was so beautiful and so satisfying to watch.
It was.
Goodness me.
When she said, "You can take your apology and shove it," I said, "Hey, my God."
It was beautiful. And I think that what we got from Gizelle knows that she is wrong. And Giselle's character and Giselle's tactics are, I know that I am wrong. And actually, let me not say that, because I think that sometimes Gizelle knows that she is wrong, but will always make an excuse for the reason why she is right. But in this case, Gizelle will only apologize in a situation where she knows that she is wrong. That's criteria number 1. Number 2 is that she also will look wrong to the audience. Like if she cannot justify her actions, she will quickly apologize. And her apologizing is not that she means it. It's a Band-Aid fix to move on and stop talking about how she is wrong. Okay. So, and which is what she tries to do this time. And Candace was not having it. Candace saw this as what it truly is. And it is a moment of gaslighting her and her experience. And she told Gizelle to shove it up the long way and the place where the sun don't shine.
That's right. And it's going to look real good up there, ain't it? That's right. That's my sis. That's my sis, Candace. No, I absolutely agree. You know, and at least I appreciate a little bit of what Andy tried to do there, which is like, you know, the Chris Bassett text. You know, I'd heard it in interviews that Gizelle was doing with other podcasters and stuff like that. Like, oh, like he actually apologized to me. And she said it on Watch What Happens Live that he actually apologized to me. I was like, that text, I was like, when she said that, he said, if I made you feel uncomfortable, I'm sorry. I'm like,
which is not an apology.
That's not an admission of guilt, baby.
It's not an admission of guilt, and it's not an apology. That is not an admission
of guilt, and it's not an apology.
Imagine if someone says, if I offended you, I'm sorry. If anyone says, you know that's not an apology.
That's not an apology. They started it with if, right? Like, you don't do that. If he was truly sorry, he's like, he would say, I am sorry for making you uncomfortable. Right?
So we know that. Right. And so she's trying to make sense out of it, And
she's trying to make sense out of it. She's trying to make herself seem correct. And you are absolutely not correct.
Flat.
Like, at all.
Flat. Oh, goodness me.
And Andy made a good point too as well. To viewers, you are a good friend of this couple. So what would be so seemingly concerning that you are having a private conversation with him? And Wendy brought up another excellent point.
Oh, so Wendy's was
again.
Wendy, your alley-oop was perfect.
Slam dunk.
Oh.
Slam dunk.
Oh.
I mean, man, I just don't even
Wendy,
know what to say.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, my sister.
Cheers.
That is exactly how you stand up for your friend. Period. Right? But Wendy's saying, but there is a pattern that coincidentally aligns with filming. And she has shown it to be so. So the continual denial by Gizelle to say that, when have I lied on anyone? When have I lied on your husband? And Candace being able to quickly and immediately identify the moments that you have lied and the times that you have lied.
And then the editor, and therefore you had no flashback.
You are a gross woman.
Can we pause and give this to Candace? Candace deserves. Wait for it. Come on now.
Make it louder.
If I knew how to really work this, Candace, you would get a much better applause, but you deserve that applause.
But you deserve it, my dear.
Because that read, I think, it matched, if not was better than the binder read. I will have to say. I think it's right up there.
It is right up there. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of you, Candace. I'm so proud because because there's something that Candace walks in when you know that you're in a relationship where you are assured of the person that you are married to.
Thank you. Yes.
She walks in assurance, knowing that I know my husband.
Walks in that confidence.
And confidently.
Thank you.
And that is why she is able.
Yes.
She is able to come back at you and say, how dare you? Because I know my man. I know the man that I said I do to. I know him, right? And she knows him. So how dare anybody try to come for her happy marriage, right? But, you know, Candace, great job.
Yeah.
In defending yourself.
Candace not only defended herself, but she chewed Gizelle up and spit her out. And I do not think that this is the last that we're going to see of that situation. One thing that I do want to point out, one of the last things I want to point out is that Robin has fallen into her typical Robin role. If you notice, remember I said that Robin, we didn't hear much from her.
God.
Hey,
yeah.
Robin is proving my point. Robin is proving my point.
But can we all make sure that like we acknowledge that it is not right for a man to be in a room with a woman?
Robin proves my point. Robin does not contribute to any of the conversations except it has to do with Gizelle and her not being able to defend her egregious behavior, her repugnant behavior. That is the only time we heard from Robin. Robin was silent the entire reunion episode. We did not hear from Robin. The editors didn't even try to insert Robin into any of the conversations, except it have to do with Gizelle. All of a sudden, when Candace is trying to talk to Gizelle, here's my theory. I believe that Gizelle and Robin, that they have an eye twitch code, some type of a facial code that when Gizelle is getting eaten up, that Robin will step in. And Robin tries to step in a way that seems neutral, but she knows exactly what she's doing. She's trying to deviate and deflect from the heat that is coming to her friend.
To Gizelle. Yeah. Okay, but you know what? Like, if I needed somebody to step in for me in a situation, it would definitely not be Robin. I don't even know why, because Robin doesn't come back with anything that's even up to the level of shots that can be fired at anybody. Like, that's just so sad.
But Mare, they don't see it that way. Do you think Gizelle actually sees? That's you talking. That's Mare talking. Gizelle does not see it that way. Gizelle does not. She does not see it that way at all. And it's interesting because now that we're seeing this, Robin is also, we see the contradictory in her statements because now she's changing her tune. All of a sudden, no, it's never okay for a man to be in a room with a man. What are you saying? And then for Andy, if Andy Cohen, who his partiality is showing, in all of his ways,
talk about it.
Say that, hey,
Victorian era.
Forget, this looks Victorian era. That you are friends with this person, you are also friendly with this person. How come all of a sudden you cannot have a conversation with this person? All of a sudden, I will also say that let's assume that yes, you were uncomfortable. Which, let me say this: if she were to do this the right way, I can understand being uncomfortable and being like, the optics don't look right. Let's just maybe have this conversation on the outside of my door. I can understand that. Do you get what I'm saying? But the fact that I know you don't agree with me with that, but I will say that as a human being, I can understand that. The fact that you waited, first of all, you told Robin this right as you guys got into your car. So no one's denying that you potentially felt uncomfortable. Let's give you that. Let's just give you that.
I'm not giving it to her because she wasn't uncomfortable.
Hey, listen, I can. She told Robin that, and Robin told Candiace immediately. So I can give her that. I will give it to her. Fine. But the fact that you systematically, intentionally waited until the cameras were rolling to actually bring it up, especially as Candiace brought up, you saw her at multiple events
before,
thereafter, and you still stayed silent. Yep. And your excuse is, did you want me to wait until you were singing on stage?
That was
Gizelle,
pathetic.
I thought you just told us a few seconds earlier that you were smart.
And she wasn't. And she proves time and time again that she's not, right? Like, her level of thinking, her level of cognitive ability is just like really not up there. So it's like you took a picture with her during that particular time that she was singing.
The editor's call.
So you couldn't have talked to her after she finished singing. Come on. And that's why Wendy's comment made it even added more salt to that wound. It just made it even better. You know why? Because it coincidentally always lines up with filming.
It always does.
Like, you needed a storyline. And guess what? Your storyline did not deliver because you looked like a straight up fool. Like a straight up fool. I want to say congratulations to Candace on your 6 embryos. I am so happy for you, my dear.
Wait.
Yeah. That is my girl. I'm so happy for you. Gizelle could not be happy for you. Did you see her face? She was clapping like.
She's like, I guess I have to clap. Yeah.
I'm like,
no, I will say, like, even though I'm not a Candace fan, I like Candace this season, and I'm happy for any woman that is trying to opt into motherhood.
Just say that you're happy for Candace. Just say you're happy for Candace, please. Just say you're happy for Candace.
I did. I am. I'm happy for any woman.
For any. Oh, no.
Excuse me. In the words of Candace, this is not an all lives matter movement.
Exactly. Make it about Candace, you know, be happy for my candy girl.
In the words of Candace, it's not an all lives matter moment. So Candace, I am happy for you and the fact that you are embarking on this journey of motherhood. And I am actually pretty interested to see what Candace is like as a mother.
Oh my goodness. Motherhood always changes people. So I know it's going to change her. I think it's going to change her for the better. I really do.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm so happy for her and Chris. You know,
I'm actually really the most excited for Candace to get a mini her.
Oh, I know. What's she going to do? She's going to be like, is this what I was like? I was like, yeah, girl. That's what she was like.
Oh my Candace. But anyways, so yeah, that's all that I have for the reunion. Do you have anything else that you would like to, that's your thoughts on?
You know, it would take another like 10 minutes, but all I have to say is that, you know, for anybody who's out there watching these women behave the way that they are, really honestly, as like we age, we need to do better, right? As we communicate with one another as women, we have to do better, supporting one another, loving on one another. You don't have to like each other all the time, but there's something about loving another person and respecting another person that goes far much longer and wider than actually just like, you know, liking them. You listen, just love on each other and just respect one another. And that comes with knowing when to keep your mouth shut, knowing when to go to the person to talk to them, and just knowing certain things about social cues and emotional intelligence here and there, you know? So all I have to say is the winning team, I will post it on my socials. I will post who the winning team is, and I stand by them and I'm gonna stick beside them. Yeah. The winning team. Okay? Yep. Candace, Wendy, and Karen. Period. Oh, goodness. All right.
Yeah, I 1000% agree. So, yes. Thank you, everybody, so very much for listening in. I know this is a longer episode. We had tried to keep it cut short, but, like, you know, these housewives are a mess. So, they are. Things to say. So, thank you all so much for listening in. Please be on the lookout and expect to hear from us about Potomac Reunion Part 2 and Part 3. And whatever is at the conclusion of this entire reunion series, we know that Robin and her lies are up to come. As we said, the editors are not playing around with Robin. So expect to hear from us about what's going on with that whole mess. Please do ask us questions that you would like us to address and like us to talk about. We are filming these reunions right after the reunions have aired. So let us know live while you're watching the reunions, like on the commercial break or anything like that, what you are thinking, feeling, and all the above. So yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate you, and we love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.